Happy Wisdom Wednesday, everybody. It's Barb, and I'm back on so many videos. I haven't done this many videos in a long time. So I hope they're of some value to you. So I want to talk a little bit about the unSTUCK method before we dive into our event where we're building a holiday mantra today. So the unSTUCK method, it was developed by my teacher and mentor, Shira Taylor-Gura. And it's an amazing mental health, emotional well-being tool that once we learn it, we can change our mindset like the flip of a switch. And so I just want to send so many kudos and blessings her way, because it has really expanded my mindset and even the way I teach and show up. So really, really grateful. So just like a stop meditation where we use an acronym, the STOP, the stop, take a breath, observe the body, and proceed with whatever we need, STUCK uses a similar system. So the S in the unSTUCK method is taking a stop. The T is the tell station, the tell step. So let me go back to the stop. So each day I am going to reinforce a piece of the unSTUCK method, because that is going to help build your emotional intelligence and wellness skills. So when we take a stop Tuesday, that reinforces the first step in the STUCK method. The tell, the T. The tell is about expressing, exploring, discovering our thoughts, emotions, our mood, and how it impacts our wellness and our stress level. And so that's on Mondays. Mindful Mondays is really all about the tell step in the STUCK method, the unSTUCK method. Wisdom Wednesdays, this covers both the third step and the fourth step a little bit. The third step is called uncover. So when we discover a thought that we have that's producing an emotion that's really bringing us down, we want to investigate it for its truth. If there's a thought that we have that is no longer true, and we consider to believe it, and it makes us unhappy, we are going to be stuck for a really long time. But this proves to us that when we investigate these thoughts, we prove to the mind that it's not true. So that's what we're going to do a little bit in Wisdom Wednesdays. Our wisdom mind is really crucial, because the wisdom mind is not a judgment mind. It's not critical. We could do or say something, and our critical mind will say to us, that was so dumb. Like, I can't believe you did that. Like, shame, shame, shame. Guilt, guilt, guilt. Right? That's our negative feedback loop, and it reinforces the belief in our head. Our wisdom mind allows us to witness what we just said without attachment, without judgment, and we say to ourselves, was that the best thing to say? I probably said it because I was reacting, and next time I can do this. So building our wisdom mind takes practice, and that's what we're going to do on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, it's all about the fourth step in the unSTUCK method, considerations. When we prove to our mind that an old thought is no longer true, it's not going to believe us easily. It is going to resist, and it's going to fall back into the same pattern over and over and over again. That's why we try to lose the same weight. That's why we try to follow a new exercise program. That's why we try to meditate and we don't do it. That's why we sabotage ourselves. Okay? So when we create some space, we have to give the mind a new perspective, and that's all about considerations. So we need to give the mind something else to focus on, because once we do, the mind is happy. Okay? And then finally, K, the fifth step, is kindness. We need to be kinder to ourselves. Our dialogue to ourselves needs to be gentler. And so Fridays are fabulous Fridays, and I'm going to give you all kinds of tips on self-care, self-love, and positive feedback loops. But today we are focused on creating a holiday mantra, because the holidays are we want them to be joyful. We have this Christmas card vision of the snow outside and the kids being so loving and everything's so wonderful. And we have this envision that we love for it to happen. But we also live a really busy life, and then the holidays come and there's more things to do and more stress and less rest. And so we're not as cheerful and not as joyful as we'd like to be. So we're going to create a mantra. What is a mantra? A mantra is a tool for the mind. So when we give our minds more tools and we practice them, we begin to control the mind a little bit more versus vice versa. Okay, so I will post a picture of the 4 columns after this video. I am not tech savvy, so I'm going to do this verbally, and then you'll have more postings at the end. But basically, you are going to, in your journal right now or a piece of paper, or whenever you do this, you want to have that, and you're going to have 4 columns on your paper. Kind of looks kind of like that. See all those columns. So in the first column, it's going to be called adjectives to describe how you want to be. So from now through the end of December, we have a lot to do. And a lot of our wisdom mind and controlling our emotions is deciding how we want to show up. So we're going to think about the holidays as being the center of this. And I'm going to list a bunch of adjectives. And if it's something that resonates with you, I want you to write it down in your left-hand column. And I'm going to begin to read those now. So the first column, you might want to be balanced, caring, cheerful, considerate, easygoing, forgiving. I want to be gracious this holiday season. I want to be grateful this holiday season. I want to be helpful. I want to be joyful. I want to be mindful. I want to be loving. I want to be rested. All right, so those are just some of the adjectives that I thought of that when I think of the holiday season, that's what I need that's what I want to be. So just because I want to be cheerful doesn't mean I'm going to pull it off. When I'm standing in line, when I'm up real late and I'm up early, not so cheerful, right? Not too realistic. So if I really want to pull off this cheerfulness, I need some help. So our second column is going to be adjectives that describe some kind of help. Like if we had this, we could pull that off, right? So for instance, if I could be more patient, that would really help. If I could be more forgiving, that might really help in certain scenarios, right? You want to look at all of the things you're going to do this holiday season, all the relatives you're going to see, all the shopping, all of these other things. If I was respectful, thoughtful, if I could be more nurturing, that would help me. If I could be less judgmental, that might help. If I could be more inclusive, maybe. If I could be unselfish. If I could be optimistic, happy, or grateful. So the first column is how I really would like to be this holiday season. The second column is I want to be this, but I could use this help. All right, third column. We're going to choose an archetype. An archetype is all the different labels, all the different hats we wear. For instance, I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a sister, I am a teacher, I am a coach, I'm a vegetarian, I was a seeker, I am a woman. I have all those different roles. And each archetype requires different skills and different responsibilities. So I'm going to list, and you're going to write these down because I don't have a big list of holiday archetypes. There's a few that I'm going to list because when I think of the holidays and how we have to get through these stressful times, this is what comes to mind. So maybe I'm going to be a warrior or a warrioress. And what does that mean to me? That means I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be focused, and I'm going to have willpower. And this is really important when we build our mantra, that the meaning of the words have to have significance to you. Okay? So I love the idea of being a warrioress because it means I'm strong and I'm disciplined and I have willpower. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, right? So I love that. There's another archetype. It's very similar. I could be a rock star. I'm going to pull this off no matter what happens. I'm going to have this mantra and I'm going to rock it out. I have a group of people who practice with me in Barb's Yoga Den on Monday evenings. You'll know who you are. And they're a group of friends that come to class once a week, and just amazing friendships that they have, and just filled with abundance and spirit. And so, pardon my terminology, but when I thought of this group, I thought of the word badass. I want to be a badass. And I didn't tell them that I gave this to this group, like I named it for them, and I brought it up in class, and they were like, we are all badasses. I knew it, and so that's who they want to be. They want to pull that off, but it's not so easy, right? So we're going to go back. So you could be a badass. A hostess. Are you hosting lots of things? That's a big archetype that has a lot of responsibility. So maybe the hat you're wearing is a hostess. What about an observer? Let me explain that. If you've ever watched The Office, there's an episode when Jim and Pam are getting married. And it's a real stressful time, just like the holidays. That's why I thought of it. And there was like an aunt who said, you know what, when you go through your day leading up to it and during the ceremony, take a snapshot in your mind of something that you want to remember. And that just makes me feel like I am so aware and so present. So maybe somebody is opening a gift that I really picked out for them, and I want to see and capture that. So I'm going to be really attuned to that. Maybe I'm shopping in Kroger and the lines are so long and people are losing their minds. I'm going to Snapchat that and remind myself, that's not how I'm going to be. I'm going to be this rock star or observer, right? So an observer is just somebody who's really present and wants to enjoy the moment as it is. And we want to remember that. Okay, another one is a magician. Right? You have a lot of things to do and you need a little magic wand and you need a little magic to pull it all off. And of course it's the holidays, so maybe your archetype is mom or dad or husband or wife. Okay, so now we're going to start to create the mantras. In the graphic that I'll share with you, you can create like 3 to 5 mantras. You're going to select one. But I'm going to give you 3 examples how I take one thing from column 1, one thing from column 2, and I choose one archetype from column 3. We'll talk about column 4 in ritual in a moment. So for instance, I am a balanced, patient warrioress. What does that mean to me? Because remember, every word has to have significance to you. Balanced. I want to be balanced through this holiday season. And what does that mean to me? I have to meditate, I have to eat nutritious food, and I need to get to sleep a little earlier. Everything can wait a little more. So it's a reminder to me what balance means in my life. Patient. I could use a little bit more patience during the holidays. And so when we put it in the mantra, we put it in a present tense, like we already own it. So I am a balanced, patient warrioress. So although I need the patience, I'm already saying it like I have it, and I'm going to have it because I'm going to create that energy in me. Another example is I am a cheerful, grateful mom. So the holidays don't always bring a lot of cheer if I'm really tired, right? If I'm really tired, I'm kind of grumpy and I'm not really present in the moment and everything just seems tiring, right? So I want to remind myself to be cheerful and I want to be really present and grateful. I don't see my kids very often anymore and I want to love every moment of it. And that's what being a mom means to me this holiday season. I want to be cheerful and grateful. So I am a cheerful, grateful mom. Another combination from the three, I am a forgiving, optimistic magician. How's that one sound? Sometimes we have family events and we're almost dreading them because we have expectations and we have memories of some crazy things that happened, etc., etc. So I want to be forgiving. I want to be forgiving of people's mistakes, my own mistakes, other people's words, other people's actions, my own actions. This is a time of forgiveness. And I want to be optimistic. I want to be optimistic that doesn't mean it's going to happen again just because something happened before. And sometimes, I need a little magic. So I'm going to choose the magician. I'm a forgiving, optimistic magician. And you can create even more of them. You want to combine them. You want to know what the meanings to those words actually, how they feel. And then you want to choose one that you are going to focus on. So perhaps you come up and you build this and you need a little time away from it. So look at it again this evening, or wait until tomorrow and read it again. And choose the one that really resonates with you, because that's what's going to change your energy. All right, so on to column 4 is ritual. Ritual means we need to practice, right? Nothing changes in our mind unless we start to redirect it. And when we have an old pattern of thinking or behaving or acting, we're going to constantly fall back into that habit, right? We sabotage ourselves. We don't want to. We have every intention. No, this is what I want to do. And we don't do it because we're stuck in a thought or a belief. So changing the mind to think something else takes a lot of work and a lot of repetition. So a mantra is a tool for the mind that we are going to repeat. So I introduced Take a Stop Tuesdays yesterday, and we're going to piggyback this onto it. So, and I highly recommend that you do this ritual in the morning. Number 1 is when we wake up in the morning, our mind has not been infiltrated as much. When we are stressed out and we introduce a new habit, the mind will say, no way, no thank you. It's not going to receive something new when it's stressed. So we need to introduce new things when we are calm. And we're pretty calm when we wake up, hopefully, right? Hopefully. Another thing is when we do it in the morning, we're setting our intention. We're reminding ourselves what we want to do from the start of our day to the end of it. And finally, if I don't meditate in the morning, granted, I meditate when I teach classes, but it's not my formal meditation. If I don't do it in the morning, I don't care what my intentions are, I don't do it. And I love my meditation, but it's something I need to do in the morning. Okay, so I highly recommend you doing it in the morning. So you wake up and you find a quiet space. I'm going to talk about that on Friday. And take a stop meditation. So if you're doing the 40-day Kriya, here's day 2. You ready? Stop. Take a breath. Observe your body, your physical body right now in this moment. How are you feeling? If you're stressed, notice that in your body. How does it land? If you're calm, notice that in your body. Notice what calmness feels like. And the P, we're going to proceed with an open mind. We're going to proceed with focus on our mantra. That's what we're going to proceed with. And now we're going to practice our mantra. So whatever your mantra is, whichever one you choose, I wrote my 3 down just so I can read them to you. You're going to choose one, and you're going to have that written down for your ritual, because until it is in the mind, like you can recite it just like that, you're going to want to read it. If you can recite it out loud 5 times, I want you to do that. You're going to mumble it 5 times, and you're going to repeat it silently 5 times. There's a reason for each of those. I'm trying to keep this short, so I won't go too much. And if you can't do that, if you're not comfortable doing that, if people are around you, do it all silently. But eventually you want to give voice to your words. You want to give voice to them. And when we mumble, the vibration that it produces really helps to, what's the word? It activates our vagus nerve, and that's something we want to do. That's a part of our parasympathetic nervous system. So the vibration is really therapeutic for the mind body too. So I took my stop and I'm proceeding with my mantra. And so I would say, I am a balanced patient warrioress. 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 And I'm going to mumble it. I'm a balanced patient warrioress. 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 And I'm going to say it 5 times silently. And then I'm going to take another deep breath. Inhale. And sigh out. And if you're comfortable, bring your hands to heart center. This is called Anjali Mudra. And just close your eyes for a moment and repeat your mantra to yourself again and understand its meaning. I am balanced. I will do what I need to do to stay balanced through the holiday season. I am patient. I will give myself the luxury of being patient, taking a breath. And I am a warrioress. I am strong. I have willpower. I got this. And then finally, you're going to say to yourself, thank you. Thank you for showing up. It takes a lot of work to show up for ourselves. And we want to appreciate it and we want to recognize it. And then we're ready for our day. So take a stop, repeat your mantra 5, 5, and 5, or all silently. And then take another deep breath. Think about what your mantra means to you. And then go on with your day. The other thing I suggest is that you want to write your mantra. This isn't it, but you want to write it on a piece of paper. Put it in your purse, put it in your wallet, put it in the car, put it on your mirror, put it in a variety of places. You want to repeat your mantra as much as you repeat other thoughts that you don't want to repeat anymore. Okay? So, and I recommend, 40-day Kriya for the stop meditation. If you add your mantra to it, you're creating a little ritual for yourself. And you're giving your mind direction. If you don't want it to stay with this thought, well, you better give it someplace else to go because it's not going anywhere. It's going to fall right back into comfort zone because it's comfortable. It preserves energy. It makes us feel a lot better than work, right? All right, so that's how we are going to try to be intentional. We want a clear intention, and we want to practice it, and we want to remind ourselves of it, okay? And so let me know. Now, share it. Please, if you feel comfortable, share your mantra. Why? Number one, I will support you. Our community will support you. But give voice to it. Giving voice to your mantra is almost like accountability. No, right? Willpower. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. We override the mind. The mind, no, we don't have to do that now. I'll do it twice as long tomorrow. Catch that. Catch that. That's the mind sabotaging you. We'll never create change if we allow the mind to decide what we're going to do. So was this helpful? Give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to share your mantra when you create it and use it. Use it. You will be amazed at how eventually you'll go to do something and you're more patient, or you feel the strength that you're guiding your mind towards. All right, so that's it for today. Tomorrow is consideration day. So I'm going to draw a consideration card for you. This is where we get unstuck, okay? So we find in the thoughts, when we investigate our thoughts, we identify the places that keep us stuck. And then when we get to consideration time, we come up with different perspectives and different considerations. And this is where we have a choice. We can choose to continue to believe and live in that stuck position, or we can begin to consider a different perspective. So I'm going to draw a card for you tomorrow. I'll probably do it Around noon again. So if you can come on noon, I can draw a card for you specifically. Otherwise, I'll just draw a card for the group, and that will be the consideration that we use for the week. Also, if you did Monday's exercise where you're identifying things that are stressing you out right now, this would be really helpful for you to pull that back out, because your consideration card might be really applicable to the stresses in your life today. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Julie. I hope this was enjoyable for you. I hope it was helpful. And remember, these tools, they work, but we have to implement them. So think about what you can do. Try to piggyback. Try to put them together. Try to do them in the morning. Get involved in the group, because you'll have more support. And that's it. So I can't wait to hear your mantras, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Namaste.